There's one gardening item that whether you've got a big garden or a small garden, whether you live in a flat with a little balcony, that can always be part of it. They've come through different stages of popularity and sometimes not popular at all. But let me tell you, when you add this element to your garden, you will know why they have always had a place in the gardening world. What are those? Window boxes. Absolutely. Whether you love them or hate them, they can make a huge difference in any spot in your garden, not even as a window box. Traditionally in front of a window. No, they work beautifully on walls, even just on the floor, or putting it as a combination, especially if you're tight on space. So let's talk about the style, the size, the shape of window boxes. There is so much out there, guys, and I'm not going to tell you exactly what you should use. It really comes down to taste. And the trick and the only thing I want you to be careful of when purchasing your window box is the following. Make sure that they are wide enough. I generally go with anything above 25 centimeters in width and in depth for my plants, because then I know there's enough space going on in here. There's enough space for my soil, for my plant combinations, for them to be happy and healthy and last a long time. And the second most important is always make sure that they've got holes, because some window boxes, believe it or not, don't even come with holes. So they're those ones where you just simply pop the plants in. Not really gardening, kind of pseudo gardening. So make sure that they've got the holes in, enough drainage holes, and the rest is up to your personal taste. Our soil mixture for our window boxes is a bag of premium potting soil. We added to that some water retaining granules with carbon. That just helps to hold the moisture. We've added in some organic pellets, which is going to sustain the nutrition, and we've added in some bone meal for some really good root growth. Give it a thorough mix and you're ready to go to get planting. To give you the most out of what you can plant in your window boxes, we are showing you not one different combination, but we're showing you 3 different applications. Different colors, different textures, and of course, different situations to suit your garden best. Right, in terms of prepping our window boxes, we could of course go with the traditional way of placing a layer of gravel at the bottom. And what that does is it helps with percolation, plus it stops your potting soil from running through the holes. But we're going to use a different system because we're really working on space, and I want to have as much soil in here as possible. And this little trick helps a great deal. It's a leftover bit of shade cloth, and all I do is just cut a few little squares, and you just apply this and pop these over the holes, the drainage holes. And remember guys, it's the same process that you're going to follow for each different one. Get these basics right and you'll be good to go. They're in place. All we're going to do is add a wee bit of our mixture. When you add it, just make sure that those little guys don't move out the way. There we go. So you'll see inside here that I've literally only added in about 5 centimeters of the mixture. We don't want to fill it up too much, or else you're not going to get the plants in there. Right, the plants we're going to use are really tough, flower for long periods of time, especially this tough little chrysanthemum pallidosum. She really is an absolute winner. This is a little dianthus. It's also known as a pinks, a true perennial. So even if it gets a bit overgrown in your window box, you can take one out and plant it into the garden. Our little gypsophila, this gorgeous little pink, also known as baby's breath. Oh, it's lovely. And this guy will go on in the garden for 4 to 5 months, and it will sow lots of seed. So if you see little like grass-like things coming up around it, don't pull them out, because that's its babies. For this particular window box, we're going to be using a very simple planting method. Remember, and it makes sense, and it really is very practical, that your larger plants, you want to put those in first. Not larger as in this volume, but more the pot volume. So those will all go in first, and then your little seedlings that you add in, which often just give you a bit of height and pops of color, they will go in last, because obviously they don't have that much soil attached. Right, our little dianthus is going to be going in first, also known as a carnation. Carnation, pinks, dianthus, all the same thing. They're edible. Yes, they are, and they've got a lovely sweet fragrance. Oh, look at that, nice and healthy. He's going to go in here around the edge because obviously very low growing. Remember, in terms of your height, always plant it slightly below the lip. So that's my one little dianthus. I'm then going to start playing with my gypsophila, and this little beauty is going to go in here. All right, we're working with an odd number. We have got 1, 2, 3 dianthus, 2 of the little baby's breath. I've got the main plants in. Now all I'm going to do is, using my potting mixture, is just fill in these gaps, gently holding the plant back and popping it in. Right, the major cavities have been filled. Now what we do is we take our little chrysanthemum pallidosum and watch as we add the white. These guys are vigorous. This is normal. You will most times when you purchase pallidosum find that there are loads of roots. So all I do is I just open them up and just tease them a bit. It just helps them get going a bit quicker and settled in. And the pops of white are really going to complement these lovely pinks. Well, there we have it, folks. 3 window boxes, 3 different ways. In the one right here on my left, we've got a great combination, and it really is one of those classics. It's Kalanchoe pumila, a little succulent that gets bright pink flowers in the early spring. Statice or Limonium parisii, which is one of the best plants, whether you're in the Western Cape, whether you're in Gauteng, or whether in KwaZulu-Natal, it does its job. And then my firm favourite, angel wings in the back. The grey and the purple will live forever, never go out of fashion. We've got bright yellow, which just screams sunshine, with a little Madeira daisy, some Anthericum starlight it's got a bit of yellow in it, and that's picking up along here. A little Calibrachoa, big name, but it's basically the little mini petunias, and then a little Sutera over here, which is also indigenous, a low-growing little ground cover, also known as Bacopa. But all in all, just loads of colour, fun, and it can't help but make you smile. And we've just put them here, and there's the little scout bee already. He's found them. He's like, yo, dudes, come along here, join the party. I love it. And then, of course, our one that we started off with, and really a great combination, even if pink isn't your colour.